after a dog killed just days after being adopted will go into effect on Thursday. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur explains how the law came to be and what will change starting on January 1st. Georgia.
Yeah, Josh, Dexter's law actually creates tougher penalties for animal abusers, and it also allows pet adoption centers like this one to be able to track offenders statewide. Dexter was a 4-year-old dog adopted from a shelter found decapitated just days later at Fort DeSoto Park in Pinellas County. The case shocked the community and sparked a push for change. Animal advocate Debbie DeRino helped push the legislation, saying the new system addresses failures in existing registries.
That's a serious crime. That's a sick person. And the public needs to know about these people.
The man convicted, Domingo Rodriguez, was sentenced earlier this year to 1 year and 60 days in jail. Advocates say that sentence highlighted gaps in Florida's animal cruelty laws.
What I'd really like is right now is just the prosecution of the cases to the fullest extent of the law, that even the laws we already have. And that's just not really being done.
Starting January 1st, Dexter's law goes into effect. It adds sentencing multipliers, giving judges the option to keep convicted abusers behind bars longer, and creates a public statewide database of animal cruelty cases.
Anybody that's been charged with animal cruelty will go into that database, and they will stay in that database for 10 years and then drop out.
At the Hillsborough County Pet Resource Center, staff say the law builds on safeguards already in place and closes a major loophole when people cross county lines.
With the new state law, what we'll be able to do is check statewide. So if somebody comes to us from another county, we will be able to ensure that they aren't receiving a pet that they shouldn't be having.
And when Dexter's law does go into effect on January 1st, it will immediately apply to new cases. Josh.
Georgia, before that new law, how were people convicted of these animal abuse cases? How were they tracked?
Yeah, so this is the thing, Josh. Judges actually had a court order, so it was up to the offender to register when they were convicted. However, if they do leave the state or another county, they will have to reapply because that registration doesn't follow them. Animal advocates say that's where that falls short. Josh.
Okay. Georgia MacArthur live for us in Hillsborough County. Thanks for the update.
Walk to work turns into a nightmare for a Philadelphia dog owner. He says his puppy was attacked by another dog that was not on a leash in a busy part of Center City. And that's against the law here in Philadelphia, where dogs have to be on a leash in public areas. Now the owner of the injured dog is facing thousands in vet bills and wants to make sure this doesn't happen again. He spoke to our Jeff Skaversky.
It was frightening for me and very much terrifying and painful for her.
Jay Basil recalls the horrifying moment as 11-month-old dog Stella was attacked the day after Christmas while walking to work in Center City. Basil filed a police report alleging this unleashed pit bull belonging to a homeless person seen in this image violently attacked Stella Friday morning outside the Wanamaker building at the corner of Juniper and Chestnut Street, crushing the Sheltie's front left leg.
Crushed both bones in her leg. It's pretty serious. A random stranger came over, helped us get the other dog off.
Basil says Stella was rushed to the ER and underwent hours of surgery. Her recovery time could be months, and more surgery may be needed as she now limps around in this cast.
Luckily for the dog, it wasn't more life-threatening, but it was a small dog that was attacked by a larger stray dog, but had that bite been anywhere else on its chest or abdomen, it could have been fatal.
When Basil posted a story on Facebook, others reached out with similar stories, allegedly involving the very same dog outside the Wanamaker building. In fact, Philadelphia Animal Specialty and Emergency, who performed the surgery, tells Fox 29 they see unleashed dog attacks all the time across the city.
I think there's an issue. So I think that, dogs being off leash, either on purpose or accidentally from the owners, is an issue with the city and can result in dog bites. So my message for dog owners is definitely at all times keep your dog on a leash, especially in the city, to protect them and protect other dogs.
It is required by law in Philadelphia for dogs to be on a leash of 6 feet or less in public areas. Meanwhile, Basil was hit with nearly a $9,000 bill the day after Christmas and launched a GoFundMe page to help pay for the unexpected bill.
It's not only all of the emotions and the fear and watching your dog go through that, but also just the financial hit the day after Christmas.
While Stella recovers, Philadelphia police continue to investigate. Jeff Skaversky, Fox 29 News.
Welcome to the news at 10. I'm Morgan Romero. We begin with an update to a story we first brought you last week. 6 dogs found shot near Malheur Butte, and only one survived. Our Derica Kay joins us in studio after she spoke with the person who rescued them and the pup who beat the odds.
Casper Rescue, based in Wizard, was the first to alert Malheur County deputies. The tiny survivor, now named Cassidy, is safe in a new home in Payette. We want to warn you, you might find this story and some of the videos you're about to see upsetting. We blurred the video to protect graphic images.
Oh my God.
Saturday evening, a call came in for Charlie Princess, founder of Casper Rescue. A litter of dogs had been found shot.
It was pretty late. I got a call from a lady that knows me and my rescue, and she's volunteered for us and stuff. And they had actually found them, and she said this little girl was still alive, and was there any way that I could go trap her?
First thing in the morning, Princess drove off-road near the Malheur Butte to a place she'd never forget.
It was not good. I walked up, there was dead Chiweenies laying all over. They had obviously been shot. They had bullet holes in them. They had horrified looks on their faces, and I hadn't done anything like that before. So it was a pretty rough one for me.
That's when Princess called the sheriff's office for help.
The officers did look around for clues and search the area.
Deputies say when they arrived on scene, there was not much evidence as to who did this and why.
It was raining that weekend. Any evidence that may have been left was washed away. There wasn't anything on scene to indicate anything. So far, we haven't had anyone contact us to let us know that they saw anything other than finding the dogs after the fact.
But they did find something. One puppy hiding in a thicket, terrified and covered in mud, who would later be named Cassidy.
I crawled in and I had them get around it so if she ran out, they could grab her, but she was just too scared. So I got her out, and she was very scared, growling, snapping, biting. But when I go like that, I don't care. I told her, you can bite me, I'm getting you out. So we got her out and got her wrapped in a blanket.
Investigators say there's still no suspect.
We didn't have a lot to work with from the beginning. And as far as I'm aware at this time, we have not received any leads or any tips that would help us to expand our investigation.
After a vet exam, Cassidy was cleared, just hungry and dehydrated. And within 1 week, the rescue center helped her find her forever home.
She's already potty trained, almost 100%. She's playing with toys. She's sleeping in her bed. She likes to snuggle. She gives kisses. She's really come out of her shell a lot now that she's comfortable in a home.
Meanwhile, the investigation to get justice for the other pups is still ongoing.
It's pretty sad to see dogs just killed and dumped like this. So if anyone has any information, we would sure appreciate contacting our dispatch center so that we could act on that information and potentially find the suspect or the person responsible for killing and dumping these dogs.
As for the 5 other dogs, Charlie Princess refused to leave them behind. A cemetery in Garden Valley volunteered to care for those remains. If anyone knows anything, please contact the Malheur County Sheriff's Office.
Oh my gosh, Derica, horrible story. Who does something like that? I appreciate the update.